Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey, and this is Fuck It, We Will Fix It in Post. I am here once again with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Karsten Hype Ferguson.
Sure.
Today, we're talking to someone in the Memphis area, the founder and owner of MOVIEGO, Dellguan Coleman. How are you doing today?
I'm good. You guys?
Amazing. So first of all, what got you started in the world of filmmaking?
Well, I was looking how Atlanta worked together, and being the fact that I was shooting videos and doing weddings and, putting it together, I was like, man, I want to shoot some. I would love to shoot a film together, like using like directors in Memphis. So I knew a lot of people that filmed and shot films. So I was just like, man, let's shoot a short together. And it was like, man, you got a script? They didn't have a script. And I was like, yeah. And it was called My Cousin's Husband. But that's what I could remember. But the actual title was I'm in Love with My Cousin's Husband. But I had forgot it, because I had, it was just something I came up with. But it was My Cousin's Husband. And then we shot like the short. And I was just like, yeah, I just want to do something with directors, like, just a lot of Memphis directors. And it bubbled. It took off and people started asking about it. And then from that point on, somebody asked me in the comment, was like, man, what platform is it on? And I didn't have a platform at that time. So I remember I made a logo, and it was like MOVIEGO. But in my head, it was going to be more so like movie night for little kids, and getting them together to watch films and have the adults talk to them and do like Q&As. It was just something I was going to do at my homeboy spot. So I kept the logo and then created the company and started looking up under the hood to be like, to study, like indie, to get into the indie world. And from that point on, I fell in love with it.
So you forgot the name of the movie, I'm in Love with My Cousin's Husband?
Yeah, because I was in jail. So I came up with the title in jail. And it was a lot of it. Huh?
I was saying, that's one hell of a title.
I'm in love with my cousin's husband. Yeah, and you know what? Being the fact, like, my cousin's husband and I'm in love with my cousin's husband changes the movie up 100%.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because in my mind, and I still want to shoot it, but I couldn't. I don't know what I would do with my cousin's husband, but in my mind, I was thinking like, what if there was a film, right? And what if you was with a person, and in my mind, it's a couple that got together, whatever. And the guy, he is married to the family, but the cousin, he keeps running into her, and they're more compatible. And and in hindsight, they really supposed to have been together. It was supposed to have been the cousin. It's just a think piece, and I don't know how I could end it. I got a beginning and I got a middle, but I don't have I don't know if it's a happy ending, but I don't have a ending to the point where it's like, well, I understand that. You see what I'm saying? I don't want, what I'm saying?
Right.
But at that point, like, I'm in love with my cousin's husband, so in my mind, somehow they got divorced, and years later they meet up and then link up, but it's still kind of jaded because it's still a family. So I figure it out.
I mean, like, murder is always a way to go.
I
want to kill all.
So because the happy ending part, I would be stuck on that one too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it'd be a happy ending, but something where people like, just like when you watch the Batman with Heath Ledger playing the Joker, you understood, like back in the day when I was little, nobody wanted to be the villain. And it was like, get rid of the villain. But now as an adult, you understand, you listen to the villain and you like, well, okay. Just like with Thanos, it's up in the air. Like, was he really a bad person? Well, it's just the way he went by doing it.
I mean, he's a hero of his story, right?
Yeah, and I'm Team Thanos.
Yeah.
I am.
It's really funny. If he had all that stuff, why didn't he just double the resources?
Well, I mean, I think that was the only way, because remember, like Doctor Strange could basically see. I guess he had the time stone or whatever, so he could see things. So I guess that was the only way, because I'm pretty sure if he had other options, he would want to kill his daughter.
Yeah, but he didn't know that was coming though.
Right. But with the time stone or whatever, he probably could have went back. But, some things, I think, I'm not sure. Like, some things, ironically, we meet through, I was watching this lady. She was like, we meet through vibrations and the law of attraction. It's like everything that you do, even with the person on the elevator you're standing to, was all law of attraction. It's all about what you do with that moment. So I think if you shifted time, if you could change time or whatever, something would be off.
Right, it wouldn't be the same.
And I think about that. Yeah, like one argument away, or if the mother of my child had went to sleep that night, when I snuck through her before I snuck through her window, I probably wouldn't have never had my son. You know what I'm saying? So it just happened, She didn't go to sleep that night, and here we are. I got a kid.
Life works that way sometimes. But you said you shot weddings. What made you want to go into shooting weddings? 'Cause that can be quite a task.
Man, I fell in love with it, and I saw the demographic, and I was just like, man, weddings, it's always a happy ending. At least once you jump the moon. Now as far as in the divorce part, or if that happens, God forbid, you know what I'm saying?
You shoot the beginning, you don't shoot the ending. Now that.
Yeah, I'm Cupid. I just set it up. I don't keep y'all together. You know what I'm saying? I play Cupid. So it's just beautiful, man. I like to hear these stories, and I was educated by. I would ask questions, and people would tell me. Everybody's story is different. And now when I with my wedding company, when I interview people, I ask the same 6 or 5 questions, and everybody's story is different. Everybody. Some people met in a cab. Some people met at a gas station. Some people met online. But their stories are honest.
Would you turn one of those stories into a film?
I could. Yeah, I could.
You should.
Got a lot of them.
You should.
Right. Just with a different twist on the end.
I would love to have like a for lack of better words, like a Hallmark channel for MOVIEGO.
That would be awesome.
That kind of like with the Hallmark, everything is real subtle, and you have a Christmas feel, and I could just play one of my interviews and listen to them and be like, okay, let's pull from there. And so yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I just want black directors and writers to expand in thought. We
that's
don't always have.
That's actually cool, because even in the black field of directors and editors and filmmakers or whichever, they all have different things. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like romance movies, but you might not like. I know you do a lot of horror films also, so
at times, yeah. I mean, I fell in love with horror too, because I'm like, we don't have any villains. We don't have any dogs. We don't have a Chucky or Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever.
Right.
And mind you, these dolls are going to feed their families forever. So we don't have the only thing we might have, but
Candyman.
He's scary. That's it. You know, that's it. But that's my uncle with a trench coat on and the hook.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't like your uncle.
Right, I'm just saying. But it's just a cool. It's like nobody's dressing up as Candyman though for like Halloween or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
You're right.
I don't see that. Like, think about Chucky and Freddy Krueger. Like, even when I say these names, or Jason Voorhees, or just Jason, you see these people in your mind.
Right.
So why don't black people create horror? Why don't we create these villains and, you know, these monsters?
Because,
you know, but for the most, it's like religion and shit.
Well, because we wish somebody would try us.
But I'm saying,
there is one
well, I'm
aspect.
just saying, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for the economy, like, for money wise, like,
Yeah, no,
we
you're right.
want,
I can see
we
it.
won't make the film, but we'll go and see the film. It's like, no, I ain't gonna make that, but we'll go and see it. So this is why, in October I do Scream on Screen, and I'm pushing directors and writers to create. You know, you can make if you can make a love story, I feel like you can make Nightmare on Elm Street. You know?
And a lot of horror films are basically franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
So
keep
why
bringing
can't we
Jason
get some
back.
of that money? That's what I'm saying. Why can't we make characters up and eat off of them forever? You know, and pass that legacy down. You know,
Because I thought
like,
we was done with Voorhees, but they keep finding.
man,
We ain't never done.
I swear.
nah, man,
Can't stop.
nah, you good money.
Won't
Can't
stop.
stop.
Take
Then
that.
you can put him in space.
But put him in space, even though it's, you know, trash. But man, why not? Like, okay, he didn't work in space, bring him back. You know,
So what?
Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah,
My bad.
that guy never. died.
That was like a dark comedy though. Freddy.
Right.
I mean, like if you really look at the backstory, the backstory is really twisted. But I mean, like Freddy was like funny.
I think that's kind of as we get older.
Now, like when I was a kid, I laughed at Freddy.
I was not laughing.
I wasn't messing with Jason. Like, I mean, Freddy would say some funny stuff, and then you know,
he did in your dreams,
right before he killed you.
right before he killed you.
Yeah, you just don't go to sleep. Straight.
But
Right.
like, what necessarily? Because usually when people get into film, they originally go into like on screen. So have you ever wanted to be like in front of the camera?
Like with this movie Stage that I'm editing now, well, I just got to color correct it, but with Stage, because I'm telling it in one, it's a movie about a heist. It's a movie about a heist, but you never see the heist, right? It's no different from Phone Booth. Y'all ever seen Phone Booth?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's no different from that. So, you know, think about that. You watched an entire movie about a guy in a phone booth, but it was very entertaining. So I wanted to make one of those, and I would have to, because they were so used, you know, they got guns and all of this, and it's like, okay, we're ready, you know. But basically, Stage, you're watching the movie. You're watching the last episode of all the episodes of the series, and I ain't even made the series yet, but once you see it, you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta see the backstory. But I would have to act some of the characters out because it was about character development versus, you know, it's easy to kind of develop a character if I give you a gun, tell you to shoot somebody, be mad. But what about when you got a gun, but you can't shoot nobody? So you gotta express yourself without pulling the trigger, and you gotta sell the character. So I would have to, I wasn't in front of the camera, but people were watching and say, oh man, yo, I didn't know you can act. And I was like, no, I just know how I want the character to be. But nah, I ain't never thought about it. I'd like to see y'all shine.
So it's kind of like your director's eye kind of guides you into the little acting that you do.
Now I don't do any acting. I was just, you know, I had to explain the character.
Oh,
you know
you're showing it to your actors.
Yeah, I'm never on the camera. I'm never on the camera.
So the film you were just talking about, like Phone Booth, is
Stage.
most of it basically based in one setting?
Stage, yep.
So like, how do you kind of
want
outline that and having everything in one basic setting?
The set tells the story itself. So first we talked about the story, and everybody was into the story, and it felt like they were leaving the room. But I'm like, yo, you haven't left the room. Nobody's left, and it never dawned on them that it was a heist. It's a movie about a heist, but you never see the heist. But it's a movie about a heist,
right?
But you never see the heist. You know, so almost like Reservoir Dogs in a sense too.
Right. So talk about what was the movie I saw? The horror film, with the guy.
Airbnb?
Yeah, cause he's in multiple ones, right?
Oh no, you talking about Flesh Crawl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of the characters on MOVIEGO. Yeah, I met. Well, I would watch this guy go live on Facebook, right? And he would, around Halloween, in October, he would go live and, become this character. And he had the mask and everything. He, made it. And he called himself Flesh Crawl. But when he would go live on Facebook, I thought it was interesting and funny, and I would end up watching it. So I went to him, I was like, yo, we should shoot a film, man. And, oh my God, he's so hard to work with because he is Flesh Crawl.
Oh,
you
wow.
know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so it's like working with the Joker versus somebody pretending to be the Joker. So once he dolls himself up into the character and becomes a character, he becomes the character. And on the set, he's literally Flesh Crawl. So man's pulling teeth, but he executes. I mean, it's you got to give up something to get something with him every time. So. It's been a lot of times, man, me and him got into it. And you know how many times I was just like, you know what, it's a wrap, I don't want to do this, and walked off the set. And, it was like so many times. But you would keep calling me, and, we got a love-hate relationship, but it works on camera.
Yeah.
So, but, man, ask Divine. She'll tell you. The first time, Divine, we like, I'm telling you, we walked off the set, like, yo, let's go. Like, it was ugly. And then I had to take him home. I'm ready to punch him. I was so mad, man. But, yeah, man, these are facts. But
you could always make a walk.
I'm not a bad guy, but the thing is he is Flesh Crawl. It's different when you got somebody. Like, Heath Ledger played the Joker. He wasn't the Joker. Imagining if they had the Joker himself filming him, it would be chaotic, crazy. So that's what it is. But he's a character, and we're looking into making a toy out of him.
Oh, that would be awesome. Because I've seen all those films, and they are really good films. And he, like you said, he does execute, and he plays his role very well.
Yeah, man, and his live, man. I remember one time, I was going over the business. I was like, yo, man, you got to put yourself out there more. He's like, nah, man, I'm good. I can bring Flesh Crawl out whenever I want to. I'm like, nah, man. But me and my partner, Neil from Coleman Neil, was like, yo, yeah. So he's like, I'm going to show you. He said, I'm going to make you an admin to my Facebook. So he went live it was like on a Tuesday night. It was a weird night, like a Monday, Tuesday. He went live like at 3 a.m. And, I'm an admin, so my phone was doing like, boom, 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 boom. This kept, I was like, what's going on with my phone? I'm like, it wouldn't stop. Man, I just looked at it and went to his page, man. He had like 7,000 people saying, kill me. And they were all over the world, like, kill. He was just going live as Flesh Crawl. And they were like, come kill me. He was just talking, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't believe it. 3 a.m, 4 a.m, it's 7,000 people on his live. I was like, oh, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it. So, he's good at what he does. He still don't want me to reveal his identity, which I won't. But he's good.
Flesh Crawl. What a name.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It kind of gets to the point. Like, straight, no chasers. Now, you seem to be deep off into the business side of film. So, how do you feel like why it is important for I guess more black people to kind of understand the business of filmmaking?
So it won't be any misunderstanding, and I'm still learning myself. I'm a student 90% of the time. I'm a teach at 10%. I only teach when it's time. So today it's like, okay, this is my teaching moment. So, man, you want to know how it works. And most indie film actors and directors or whatever, they don't know how to turn influence into income. And I did it so many times. Just like when the pandemic hit, I was writing The Last Girl on Earth. Now, nobody was doing film. Nobody was filming or whatever. And I came up with The Last Girl on Earth. And it worked out for me because, you know, I did it with one person. And the girl had never acted a day in her life. The girl I wanted to act, she was wearing fancy pants. So I couldn't get up with her. And it was like, I bet. But it was this kid from FedEx like, yo, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. I was like, I bet. You know, I get up like 4 a.m. or whatever. And ironically, the pandemic started hitting and people was in the house. So the movie is called The Last Girl on Earth. So worked out in my favor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's up, even in the daytime when nobody out because of the pandemic. So when you see the movie, it looks like she's the last girl on Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
and I don't want to
clever.
give it away, but you can watch it. I mean, it was just like art imitating life at that moment, or life emulating art, because even with the mask that she's wearing, it had nothing to do with the mask that's going on. My story was, I heard a verse from Lil Wayne. He was like, I'ma hold my breath because love is in the air. Well, that's the reason she was, you know, that's the reason she's wearing the mask, because it's a quote unquote disease called oval, O-V-E-L. But if you move the words around, it spells love. So the reason she was wearing mask, you know, you just got to watch the story, man. Watch it, but that's why she was wearing it, you know. And it should say references like, you know, the oval. What about the oval? You know, but you got to watch it, man. You know what I'm saying?
So when you're writing your scripts and you're seeing it in your head, is it like a full? Can you see the whole thing in your head before you put it down on paper?
Hey, yo, check this out. If you got a good story, man, you got a good script. Check this out. You got to have a good beginning, middle, and end. I've heard directors say it. Now check this out. This is The Last Girl on Earth, first episode. Morgan Freeman. It was in my head. I woke up like 3 a.m. It said, once upon a time, there lived a girl, the last girl on earth. She slept all alone in her bed, and suddenly there was a knock at the door. That was the first episode right there. Can't you see the story?
I did.
Y'all see it? You see it?
I did.
Wait, hold up.
That was it.
Like my reception's a little fuzzy.
I'll
What?
tell it again.
Say it again. Say it again.
I heard Morgan Freeman in my head saying, once upon a time, there lived a girl, the last girl on earth. She slept all alone in her bed, and suddenly there was a knock at the door. And that was it. That's what I wrote. That's the movie. That's the first episode.
Okay, yeah,
Straight to the point.
No, I got that now.
Beginning, middle, and end. And everybody I told that. But what was crazy was everybody I told, because I'm like, man, what do you think? You know, I asked people, normal people, the actors, whoever, you know. Everybody was like, well, who's at the door? You know what I'm saying? I never planned on, I was just going to stop. I was just going to leave it. I wanted to do like the shortest short in the world.
Yeah.
And they kept asking me who's at the door. You know what I'm saying? And
you know,
I'm asking y'all, who do y'all think is at the door?
Oh shoot.
Aliens, as far as I'm concerned.
had no clue. It could be death.
There we
Man,
go. We
you
got
were
a movie.
dark.
You know, I'm saying seriously. I mean, because like the biggest thing is like,
Or her on the other side looking at herself.
yeah, true.
What do you think would make the movie interesting if she's the last girl on Earth? Who would be on the other side of it?
Another girl.
No.
I mean, that would be interesting for me, but death would probably, story-wise, I think that would be most interesting.
Or a clone.
No, a boy.
Oh.
A boy. Yeah, that makes it interesting. So how did he get here?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the last girl on Earth, not the last boy on Earth.
Right.
Last
Yeah,
girl.
technically he did. Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and it's up. You can, and now let me show you this. So I sold it on the internet during the pandemic. I sold it online. I created a digital theater. I showed it. I showed it 3 times. I showed it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did 3 showings per day. And I sold it for $5 for all 4 episodes, $10 for all 4 episodes and a poster, and $20 for a T-shirt, poster, popcorn, and all 4 episodes in the Q&A. And I made a ton of money. And I did it for like some 4 days. And just to show people, and this is during the pandemic when people weren't spending money. But I knew everybody was in the house. And I'm like, okay, I just need a cool movie. And I was like, I wanted to see if I could sell something online. I just created a digital theater and turn influencer to income. And I did it.
So how did you go about what was your kind of process of making this digital theater? Because that's kind of somewhat of a new term I've heard.
Facebook. I turned instead of making a business page, I created a digital theater. So I made it entertaining. So the thing is, once you enter it, you got to see posters, you got to see behind the scenes. The girl comes on, hi, welcome. This is, I forgot her name, the girl that's playing it. Blase, and welcome to da-da-da-da. So that's the first thing you see. And then as you go down, you see the countdown, you see the popcorn, you see posters and write-ups and, magazine articles of everything about the last girl on Earth. No different from how they set up Star Wars. And then you wait. And then once you're in the room, you can't share it. The only way people could see it is on their phone. You know what I'm saying? They have to be next to you. So again, man, everybody was buying a tour. I made like digital flyers or whatever, like, check it out. So I just turned a business page into a digital theater. And that's what I called it. And then once you went, I'll let you can look it up now. The Last Girl on Earth, and you'll see it. You'll see the whole setup. And I let people see it to show them like it can be done. You can sell your merchandise. You can sell your films. You can turn your influence into income. There's no excuses no more.
So as far as like promoting, how would you go about promoting that?
Well, I carry influence on one page. Like I got different pages, but Dellguan Coleman, right? I carry influence. So me putting the post on my page and then me going live, say, hey, man, listen, I just did this movie called The Last Girl on Earth. Y'all see the flyer. I got the shirt on. Yo, it's only $5 if you want to see all 4 episodes. I put it up. Well, I put up exactly. I said what y'all on the poster. What I just told y'all. Once upon a time, they left the girl. People were interested. They were like, yo, the last, and then they're stuck in the house, so they can't. So it's like either watch the news scare you to death, or man, let's just have some fun. And I carry influence, and I was just like, man, if I can just get 100 people, I'm cool.
Right. And then people were in the house. People in the house, and they probably watched everything that they were gonna watch on rerun.
And they was on Facebook all day. So, and I carry influence. So if I got 5,000 people on one page, and I'm just like, I really want to cap out at 100 people. I'm cool. Like if I can get 100 people to come to my digital theater, and I did 3 showings per day. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I did 3 showings. And then on Sunday, we did like the live Q&A. So you got to meet the cast and everything, live. And then we did Q&As and people answer questions. They won gifts. I had a moderator, and they would we would ask questions to see if they watched it, and it was fun, man. You can watch it now. You just pull it up and watch it on Facebook.
So what is the whole point? A lot of people know about MOVIEGO. Of course, I do. Mm-hmm. I've had several films in MOVIEGO, and we're going to talk about the award show that's coming up too. What was the whole purpose of you making MOVIEGO and finding people and getting? What's the whole purpose of MOVIEGO? Is my question.
For us, by us, no different from FUBU. So we don't have to depend on Paramount or Hollywood, which I do. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to create something where it wasn't hard to find. Like MOVIEGO is more of a service versus just a streaming service. To have a streaming service, you got to have a lot of content or enough content to call yourself a streaming service. And do you have your own content? So with MOVIEGO, I got a family, people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm building it right now and collecting content. But it's more of a service. So just like y'all did groceries, right? I remember you calling me up. You was like, I need this type of person. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, I got somebody. Yo, check this out. Go to MOVIEGO. Boom, boom, boom. You just pick your people out. You got directors. You got makeup artists. You got costume designers. You got score. Now we got comic book illustrators. You got authors. You got directors. You got DPs. All these people you can just pick out right now. And just be like, and y'all can network. Just like at the indie film night. You know, or just like, VA, you remember the first one?
I do.
People didn't want to go home. Everybody was networking. Even though it was hot as fish grease.
It was.
It was. You know what I'm saying? But,
it was in September. Yeah, it was in September, and it was very hot, but it was packed out. And that was something that I was very impressed by, because I'm not gonna lie, in Memphis sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
When you put
and
on
nobody
an event,
knew me.
right? You put on an event.
I wasn't in the. Yeah.
And you can't pack it out.
Yeah. And the crazy part was, because people kept telling me, like, you don't make money in the indie world. So I was like, why not? It was like, you just don't. And I was like, I beg to differ. Yes, you can. You can turn. So that's when I did the event. And then the people that was telling me that you don't make money, I was like, yo, if you do a film, I'm going to give you 10 tickets. You can keep the money. For a 10-minute short, I gave you 10 tickets. So if you sell your 10 tickets, you made $100 in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then right. I gave you the stage. So you got a 10-minute short. I gave you 10 tickets. You keep full equity. I didn't ask for no percentage, no nothing. Keep it and bring me 10 people, and I'll put you on stage and let we'll do a Q&A. So you getting, you know what I'm saying? Like time, and you get capital, and you get to bring your 10 best friends. And if I get 10 people to bring 10 people, that's 100 people easy. So it was easy, man. Easy peasy.
That's smart. That's smart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
well, I make it sound easy now, but I was nervous.
No. I mean, but you gave them even more incentive for them to do that. I mean, because like they had added stake in the game. Because like one, they want people to see their movie.
Yeah.
Two, there's like no other situation that's gonna pay you for people to see your movie like that. Like unless you're like big time director.
Yeah.
In a theater. Psh, come on.
And then they kind of get the word out on after they do it and it goes well, and they ask, oh, what was that from? Oh, that was MOVIEGO. So it kind of builds your brand at the same time.
I mean, like he ain't doing no different than the mixtape DJs.
Just put it in the film.
Yeah. Except the DJs don't pay the artists. I made sure all my artists made money. I had the house, so if I got the house. And I'm like, yo, just bring me 10 people. You can keep the money. They could have sold their tickets for $1,000 each. I don't care. Just bring me 10 people. That's it. Fill these seats up. That's it. And I'm going to put you on stage. Rock out. And then a lot of those people kept saying, yeah, man, we're in Memphis and we're the community. This is my first time meeting, VA or Reggie or whoever. And I'm like, yo, y'all been doing this. MOVIEGO's only 2 years old. She's only 2.
That's crazy.
And it feels like you've been around longer.
Right. It feels like you've been doing it longer than that.
She's only 2 years old. Mm-hmm.
So technically, you built it like right before the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, we had the event before the pandemic,
Right.
And and man, I appreciate people like VA and Clarence. And all of y'all. So that's why, because I was after the event, I was like, hey, yo, VA, I want to bring it to Nashville. So I was like, yo, this is my circus. I got it. I got it all down. You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
right, I'm still waiting. So we ready for you up here.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah. And then I was like, yo, let's do it together. I'm always like, let's cross promote. I want to be a family. You know what I'm saying? Just like, no different from like, for lack of better words, like the mob do it. You got the mob, you got one Don, and then you got the New York people and the people in Nashville, and we all work together. I want to make sure that we all eat and we all work together, and we always come together as a collective at least once or twice a year to control our digital democracy. We can do it.
So what do you say about those people who, think that the next person is their competition? because in my opinion, I think there's room enough for the table for everybody to eat.
Yep.
But you got some people who think that the next person is their competition, even though you're not doing the same thing as the next person. But just because
they want to be the king,
they want to be the king, and it's crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. I'm like, why would I be your competition when I'm not going to do the same thing that you do?
Well, I mean, Robert Townsend watches movies. Martin Scorsese watches movies.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he can't watch your movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. I just look at it like this. You know, like at a kid's birthday party, and you got all the plates at the table, and then before the kids come in from outside to eat the cake, the hot dogs, or whatever you make sure that all of the plates have the same quantity of food, right?
Right.
That's what MOVIEGO is. So no matter who comes, everybody plays the same. So I make sure I did it with the indie film night. I gave 10 tickets. You can sell them. Everybody ate the same way. No, I had directors hit me up like, can I get some more tickets? I'm like, nah, you only get 10, B. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start no war. But they had never made money, period. They was like, if I asked 90, before I started shooting films, if I asked 90 directors in the indie world, how do you make money? They were like, you don't make money in the indie world. And I was like, why not? Because I look at it like, if you carry influence, if you got 50 friends, right, you mean 30 of them wouldn't give you $10 to see your film, or $5, and you can get them to come to your house. You could release your film inside of your house and just have like a rent party or whatever and say, man, give me $10. And then you sit back and let them critique, and do the same thing. It's no different. You just need 4 walls and a projector or a cool TV and make and create a cool environment. And that's it.
That's ringing in my head. Like, you keep on saying, like, people saying what you can't do. And I'm like, people have made money in indie films for a long time. Most people don't know how to do it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, these film festivals, I be looking at like, they charge y'all this much to do what? And I'm like, what do you get for that? I just don't think it's fair. So I've been studying a lot. VA put me on some business. So I was like, we create our own thing. And I want to make sure that y'all are rewarded for it. And I know if we stick together, nobody can beat us.
Right.
That's one thing I know. If we stick together, nobody can touch us.
Right.
Period. That's the man. But first, we got to develop that mentality that we are putting one umbrella and then we branch out. We become one tree and then we create other branches. Because at the end of the day, Hollywood, you got Paramount, you got Sony. All these people are connected to Hollywood. It's a thing called Hollywood. And when we think of Hollywood, we never feel like it's for us. No matter how many black people say, "Oh, I want an Oscar," you don't feel like the Oscars was not made for you.
Right. Yeah,
you just want to be part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like, why can't we just build our own thing? It's just a trophy, and when we create our own demographic, and I'm not against no other race or other ethnic. I'm just saying, it's our turn. Like, we need to have our own thing, so we ain't got to be knocking on their door and they just like, okay, let me let them in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm never crying to be at somebody's party if they don't want me there. I don't want to be there if they don't want me there.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm always like, my cool anyway. That's how I feel like my party gonna be way better. Y'all partying the way y'all party. We party the way we party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, if anything, I feel like MOVIEGO is cool. It's got that cool factor. I just need support.
No, I see it. I see it. I see it going, outside of Memphis. I do. It's a good thing. It's a good thing going, and it's a good thing for the community too. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get those younger people who want to do films and who don't know where to go and what to do. And you know what I'm saying? That organization, that platform is something for them to dive into so they can get their feet wet.
And you know what's neat that you said that? So it's a movie called Timothy that's going to be at the Indie Film Night. One of my guys from the 901 Union, he's in it. And they premiered it at a movie theater a couple of months ago and checked it out. And I went out to help or whatever. And it was this little girl. She was there. She was like, you know, they did like a Q&A with the audience. And the little girl got the mic and she was like, and she said, I would love, they were like, so what do you want to do? She's like, I want to be a director. And I hate the fact it wasn't an option at that moment, but I was just like, so I talked to her dad and man, I got her in the movie. And then I was like, you know what? I want to create a junior director department for kids that want to direct. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was calling her, I'm like, you going to be like a junior director, you know? So
right.
She's acting in this movie right now. Somebody picked her up, but you know, MOVIEGO, we shot it. And this is her first movie she's in, and she can go, boy. She's good, man. She really wants it. So, just being able to present that option, because again, man, didn't nobody set this up for us. I didn't have a Hollywood to walk into, or a Nike factory that was left for me, or a Dollar Tree, or, you know what I'm saying? Anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm first generation. You know what I'm saying? But being able to, have that option for junior directors or somebody that had never acted a day in their life and she's the star of The Last One on Earth and she nailed it. You know, just being able to present that option, man, I can RIP in peace.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You know, that's dope. Like that's one of my things, and some of the people I've helped out here and there is be like, yo, I didn't have the opportunity, so why not create the opportunity that I didn't have for somebody else?
Yeah, I guess you see a lot of other filmmakers like Tyler Perry, Ava DuVernay, Issa Rae. They didn't look for a table. They built their own. So would you say they were kind of like motivators for you, or we've always been like self-driven?
No, I love Tyler Perry. Like I'm dying for the day to sit down and have a conversation with him, and I would love to be up under his branch to help. Like he could bless. Don't you know Tyler Perry could bless MOVIEGO and it would bubble overnight? Just his blessings, just his blessings. You know, even if he didn't have wiggle room, be like, well, Coleman, I can't put you anywhere, and I would just say, okay, can you just put the shirt on and go live and tell your audience to subscribe and put us in the seat and you know, interview me or whatever. Just give me that. Because you know what I found so weird and crazy? How you have all of these black designers on the planet called Earth, but you'll see actors and actresses walk on the red carpet and be like, oh yeah, I have the new Saint Laurent or the new Gucci on. Nobody's like dying to say, well, I'm rocking the new Victoria DA brand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm talking about it's 2020, 2021. And we still want that symbol. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they want to,
and it's crazy.
They want to conform.
I never understood that. So even if, again, I'm dying to have that conversation with Tyler Perry just to learn and know, because again, I'm self-made, he's self-made, so I'm pretty sure. I mean, it can't be an argument between us. It's only he can educate me or put me in a position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dame Dash did Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like take Dame out of the equation of Rockefeller. There is no Jay-Z. There is no, Benny Siegel.
That's definitely no Kanye.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Jay didn't
I
even
think Kanye was coming though.
Well,
right. I think Kanye was coming though. Kanye was coming regardless. He was gonna find a way.
Yeah, like because
there is
Dame and them didn't want him as an artist. He actually like kind of forced that. Kanye willed his way.
Dame gave him a shot. Yeah, Dame gave him a shot because remember at the end of his first tape, he told a story. You know, on his last song, he was like, man, and Dame was like, yo, you come over. He was like, nah. And he thought he had a deal with a label, and then they canceled him or whatever. And then he said he came back to Dame and was like, yo, Dame, can I still get the deal? He's like, yeah. So just being able to push, it's no different from me giving a little girl the shot or giving her that layup or the assist. I would love to meet Tyler Perry and get that assist to get us through the door, because he writes kind of one dimensional. Like if you've seen one Tyler Perry film, you kind of seen like all
You've seen
of
them all, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And I know he's doing it because that's how he eats, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about Nickelodeon, they got the whole world. They got the station and everything. So, and I love Nickelodeon, like the layout. So I would love to, bring people like y'all and us to be like, hey, Tyler Perry, we are writers. We have ideas. We can help you. You know what I'm saying? We're not one dimensional.
Right.
We can do horror. You know what I'm saying?
We can
It's
throw
a movie
Medea in
called
there if need
Grocery.
be. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm pretty sure he's open minded. I'm pretty sure he is from me watching the interviews and seeing him. Yeah. So I think it's gonna happen in time.
So
I'm naming and claiming.
My gut.
let's talk about the award show coming up and
Yeah.
what it is and what's going to be shown there and everything else.
Well, I got this film called Groceries. This one I'm combining because last year I did during the pandemic we did a digital award show. Well, we did an award show, but I only invited the people that were getting the awards, but because of the pandemic, and so I used my homegirl building and set it up. Y'all can watch it, and I just wanted to honor the people that helped MOVIEGO. So this year I'm putting the indie film night and the award show together. So it's going to be a red carpet at 6 and 7. We start the show. I'm going to have them. This time I add performers. I'm going to do like 3, an opening, a middle, and an end. And also, rest in peace, Andre King, he passed away, and we're going to do a tribute to him. That brother right there introduced me to a lot of people. He was part of the MOVIEGO family. And, again, we have the award show. So, it's no different from the Oscars doing their thing.
Right. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a mini
We're doing our
Oscars.
thing. Yeah, we're doing our thing. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like it could be a bit of a huge undertaking. So how do you kind of put all that together?
Repeat the process, but better. I'm in a bigger building. I've like for me to outgrow a building in 1 year, like after we did the first indie film night, I was like, I can't use this building anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew it off of one event. Off my first event, I'm like, oh snap, I grew this building. And I didn't know the indie world was that big. So when I started looking up under the hood, I'm like, yo, and I'm meeting beautiful people like V.A., Clarence, Jason, Delandis, DeMarcus, Nikki J, Tamika, just beautiful, all these people. And I'm like, what if I got everybody up under one roof and we just, so expanding the brand, and we can do it. I'm just saying, like, help me help you. That's my slogan. Help me help you. You have nothing to lose.
Good
We
slogan.
stick together. Yeah.
Now,
We ain't got nothing to lose. We stick together.
now, are you kind of surprised by the because like you said, you just had MOVIEGO for two years, and
Yeah.
it feels like you've had it for 10. Like, are you kind of surprised by the fast growth?
You know what? I only know it's 2 years when I'm having an interview. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's been, I never thought about it until we, like I had an interview last year and I was like, yeah, and I was talking to the guy. He was interviewing me on this podcast. I think he was in Nebraska or New York. And we having these conversations and he was like, and I was like, yeah, it's only 1 year old. He was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I know, right? So, I'm not even looking at the years. I'm more so looking at like trying to get the progress out, and I'm racing against time. So I'm like, yo, I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I want it to be ours. I want it to be culture, just like they made gang culture, like stupid culture for black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want, like, I think the strongest, as far as in something you can wear on your back, the strongest, slogan I've ever heard, and it's coded FUBU, for us, about us. I mean, like, we all knew what it meant, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If nobody knew what it meant, black people knew exactly what FUBU meant. And that's culture. That's history. So, man, when I be in Walmart and I see the FUBU shoes or whatever, man, I be buying all of them my size. Like, I'm representing. Like, I love it. Like, yo. So, I want MOVIEGO and the other brands to be, you know, to the point where it rolls off the tongue. Like, it's just us. Like, Michael Jordan, like Jordan shoes. You know what I'm saying? I have people like my son is like he like Jordan. They ain't never seen him play. You know, not like Jordan had retired before you got in. You know what I'm saying? Start watching him. So I think that's a beautiful thing, and we just need more positive outlets. You know,
I mean, we can do that a whole lot of different ways. I mean, Jordan, his brand transcended because it became a not just status, but it was like excellence and, you know, dominance, and it became a whole bunch of stuff. And that brand made a promise. And then people, whether they seen him play or not, they know what it represents without actually having to know what it represents.
Right.
That's powerful right there.
Yeah. We just need more. I want more.
Yeah.
You know, I want it in water. I want it in corner stores. I want it in lawn services. I don't want it to be like we have to be entertainers and we have to, you know, develop coolness around entertainment. You know, I have a wedding company and it's always a happy ending. I don't think that, like, I love, Say Yes to the Dress. I love that channel. I do. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. You watch it and to see, you know, now I'm not a big fan of spending, you know, hundreds of $1,000s on dresses, but the show is very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we have shows like that? Why can't we have shows like, what's the HGTV where they be building the houses or whatever?
Yeah, flipping the houses.
Yeah.
Right. Why can't we have those? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we have, what's the it's been around way longer than Amazon. They were selling stuff on TV. I was just talking about it. The lady from Shark Tank, she be representing them.
HQ.
You can purchase stuff.
They kind of like sales.
Oh, you talking about old girl from QVC? What, a home
QVC.
shop or home shop?
Yeah, I'm saying QVC been around way longer than Amazon. But I'm saying why can't we create our own QVC? You see what I'm saying?
We can.
And it's cool. All of these things are cool. Kellogg cereal. Why can't we create our own cereal? You know, that's cool. I mean, you know, so I'm always trying to figure out how to put the medicine in the candy as much as I can.
That's a bar right there.
So you've taken your influence and has created multiple businesses from it. Now, most people may wonder, like, how did you create your influence?
Being persistent, consistent, and being honest. You know, be honest. A lot of people think business is like, it's just part of the game. Like, getting over on somebody, you're a crook. If you steal 30 cents out of my pocket, right, you're a crook. So using people, now you dictate the value of something that you produce, or if you buy it and you have to, you know, make profit from it. So if you bought it for 10 and you sell it for 20, you create that value. But, you know, overcharging people or getting over on people like fake jewelry or whatever, you know exactly what it is. So me being just persistent and honest, and I haven't been perfect now, but I've been persistent in the game. And in business, you're only selling a product or a service. So once you get that down pat, man, you can't lose. You know, you can't lose. So I just stay persistent and consistent. That's it.
And that's what people want from like the stuff they're gonna get, because they want somebody who's gonna be around. So, you know, if they have a problem or they get it again,
and you build trust in that way too.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, the Gucci family been around for a long time. That's why people are just like in love with that symbol. And I like Gucci. I like their cuts. There's some cuts that I like. There's some things I don't like, but I like the fact that how they stayed down. And I like Ferragamo, you know, but on my back is black at the end of the day.
I like them too until I see the price.
Man, the only Gucci I want is Maine.
Gucci Mane.
Hey, Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
I can get with that one. Now,
Yeah.
you kind
Well,
of,
I'm very big on brands. You know, that's it.
you said you're big on brands.
As far as an hour, you know, like studying them. Like I study the brand, I study the watch, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I see how they made it, and then I make a Coleman Neal watch, and it's like, oh, okay, there it is, and same vendor, I'm using a vendor,
So have you always been like kind of a studier of brands?
I've always been a studier of culture, like where I come from, and once I started digging to be like, why do I think like this, or why are we like this, and start finding out who we are, as far as in black people. I'm like, oh, snap. This is why we're so fast. Oh, this is why Mike Tyson can knock him out. This is why it takes another Sugar Ray Leonard to beat Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? This is why it got to the point where Serena and Venus, once they got into the league, they end up having to play themselves. Because we're Aboriginal people. We're the first. Without black, there are no people. Without black people, there are no people. We are Aboriginal. The color black it's not even a color. It's the mother of colors. You can't get a color without starting black first. Or and this is just a fun fact, you can get paint and do it with paint. You can mix every color in the color spectrum but black. Once you put a drop of black in it, everything becomes black, and you can't thin it out. There's no other color you can use to make white or purple or nothing once you put black in there. It's a wrap. So I just know who we are, and I can't help it. I can't turn it off because I know the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm looking at it. Like, look at Michael Jordan. Look at, just look at these things. They're right in your face. Like, look at the sports. And if you do the history of basketball, we didn't invent basketball in America, and we wasn't even allowed to play it. Now we dominated to the point where the inventor can't even touch the player. So what does that make the player? God in that game, because the definition of a God is a supreme being. Well, if I'm the supreme being in basketball, I'm the God of basketball. Well, why do you think like that? Well, show me a Michael Jordan, a Larry Bird that's on the status of Michael Jordan. Show me one. There isn't.
And I believe Larry Bird did call him what did he say? It was God dressed as Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, but we are, and I'm not trying to segue off into, the conversation, but this is who I am, and I know the truth. Once you know the truth, you can't unknow the truth. That's one thing I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
you can't unknow the truth. So just me doing this studying, and I love business just like I love movies. I treat it the same. I do. It's fun for me.
And you've been able to put both of those worlds together.
Yeah, it's like mom and dad. They different now, but it's like, people like, man, who you love more, your mom or dad? If you're in a 2-parent household, you like, no, I just love them both. You just love them different. You love them the same, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a brother and a sister. You love both of them the same, but you love them in different ways because they're different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So
So
that's business and entertainment to me.
So you kind of at this point have MOVIEGO is almost like a black IMDb with also like a casting directory.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm building it. Yeah, like that.
so like what is your like how do you kind of see it kind of sprouting off?
Our own Hollywood. We got all our resources, and we'll have, the more content we get. And again, I want, like, I really love how Nickelodeon coined that thing. Like, if you go to a Nickelodeon channel, right, even the commercials are by Nickelodeon, the toys, They have their own award show too. My homeboy about that. He's like, man, you know, it's no different. Nickelodeon, they got their own award show. Like Nickelodeon, just go to the channel of Nickelodeon. You're in a world. You're in the world. They got the channel is Nickelodeon. The watermark is on everything, no matter what switches. The cartoons and the shows, and it's very entertaining. So, I would love my model to be kind of like that, like a MOVIEGO where we got our own station and we got all of our resources. So if you want to learn about illustrations or comic book or how to write plays or just to meet these people, to talk to people like VA and Clarence or whatever, it's the touch of a button, or you can set it up. You know, nobody's wearing fancy pants. You know what I'm saying? We got our own thing. We just got our own world. And we're not impressed by, you know, others because we know who we are. And
Most
like, we can do this.
Most definitely.
That'd be a good name for a brand. Fancy pants.
Fancy pants.
No, it sticks out. It sticks out. You're gonna remember.
It sticks out. I don't know.
Like it could be a kid.
Like
it could be a
bottom.
kid. Yeah, it could be a kid's thing though.
It would have to be.
No, it wouldn't have to
yeah?
be.
No, I can't see adults walking around. Hey man, let me get some of these.
You will be
fancy
surprised
pants.
in 20 and 21.
Yeah.
So are you looking to because it sounds like you're looking to make MOVIEGO an entire network, almost
world.
like a BET.
Way bigger than that. Because I don't like the way they watered down BET, but then BET is not, you know, owned by us anymore, and I can see the difference. Because remember shows like Teen Summit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it wasn't even no like wild crazy stuff. Like, look at BET now from then. Like, right now we don't even have R&B anymore. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, it used to be like R&B. Like, you could have groups. You could just name artists like back to back to back. Now it's like, I don't even know what they making love off of. I think they, you know, are having sex off trap music. Like,
It
straight up.
is.
I don't even
Yes.
know.
Yeah,
You know,
or it's trap
so-
R&B is what it is.
That's craziness.
That's
you know,
nuts.
I'm like, that's really craziness. And being the fact that we're talking about movies, or like, I got so much music and archives of music, I had to make MOVIEGO music group. So, because I'm using everything original. So I'm taking in original music. So I got a catalog full of music. So I got a library full of music. I had to make MOVIEGO music group, and I can just pull a song from different artists. And it's also, I always tell them, have your platform set up. So when people see that credit, cause I'm going to give you the credit, I'm putting the song in there or whatever, people are like, oh man, I like that song from Clarence. Who is that guy? Clarence. Boom, look at it, and then go to your platform, and then you can sell your music. You know what I'm saying? From that point on, you know.
Kind of like with like Insecure and Grey's Anatomy kind of does with their music. Like they kind of build playlists out those episodes that they use.
With Nickelodeon, their artists be on Nickelodeon. Like you got their same little kitty artists that's singing in it. They got their own CD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're in their world. You never leave. Once you go, you know what I'm saying? It's blowing my mind. I'm just sitting back watching. I was watching it last night on my mom's TV. I was over there. And I just like, Mom, come on Nickelodeon. She's like, okay, I think it's in. She even knew the channel. She was one number off. She's like, I think it's 780. It was 769 or one of them. I mean, 79. And, you know, I was just watching it, and it was just so entertaining. And I was just waiting for the commercials to come on and everything. And they even, like, again, they have their own artists and everything. So with MOVIEGO, I mean, that's what it's, I keep adding to MOVIEGO. I just keep adding score, costume designers, MOVIEGO music group, you know, and to the point where I want it to blow up to the big enough where I can sign artists and making sure that everybody eats and they got a great deal, you know, because you only need clients. That's it. I don't need I don't mind having a machine, but I would love to have somebody like Tyler Perry to back me or something like that. You know, that's what I'm pressing down. If Paramount hits me up, I know how to do business. I know how much to give up or give away. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no buying me out. Or if they did, I just create a bigger ship because I need money to do it. You know.
So you're never really going to be sitting still.
No. Once you're a founder, you work every day. You don't get a day off. Founders they don't have off days. Even if I take a vacation, you think I'm not checking my phone? You think my phone hasn't been ringing since we've been on? I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Yeah,
No.
But it's been beep. Yeah, so I'm just like swiping, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to lose the call because I know you're recording and we're making history as we record. So, you know, I'm going to share it or whenever I get it. So this is beautiful. And I'm always willing to do an interview, you know, with people.
So as we wind it down, I want to ask you, like, when it's all said and done, what would you want your legacy to be?
Me?
Yes.
A warrior, a leader, a forward thinker. Hold on. Oh, it's getting real good now. My mama called it. I'm gonna put on hold. But just a leader, somebody that, you know, I want to see change, you know, because I feel like in my heart I can change the mentality of black people. I just need a bigger mic and I need more money. I can do it. In my heart, I know I can do it. You know how Kanye be like, remember, hasn't Kanye been Kanye? Like, when you hear Kanye, right, you can watch any interview, and it's the same Kanye today. It's no different. It's the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still get Kanye West. I want to have like, leave a legacy like that to the point where it's like, I change the mentality of black people. That's why I spew out and I do it and I lead by example. And then I show it to you. I be like, look, I don't be like, yo, I got to charge you for this, or, man, I can't give you the plug. I'm like, no, look, this is how I did it. You know what I'm saying? I show people like, man, this is how much I made. Look, you know what I'm saying? This is how you do it. I'm never holding nothing back. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to be helped. I want to be the hero that I never had. That's it.
We need to clap for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, for real.
Or, I mean, y'all could have did the little.
I don't know which button is which. And
Well, I'm doing the golf clap. I'm doing the golf clap. So
like we got a clap button, but I don't remember exactly what the clap button is, and I don't want to hit something and a chicken sound pop out.
wow.
So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. But Coleman, thank you for taking time out to talk to us. I know you got a lot going on for yourself.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully y'all can come down to the indie film, for the indie film
I'll be
night.
there. You know.
Yeah, I know, because you got your movie. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, like, should I stream it, you know, for the people? So I don't know. I guess I'm working on that part, like, because I got people that want to watch it and they're not from here. You know, they're not in
And
Memphis.
people who are in it may have family in other places that can't come.
I know, right? So maybe I should build a page and you can purchase, you know, or if you bought a ticket on that, and I just open up the link for those that it. I have to talk to my assistant and we'll figure it out. Now that we're talking on the phone, you know, it just hit me. So, you know, because I don't want anybody to miss out, especially if they want to be part of the process of building MOVIEGO, you know. Because I had a lot of people support, you know, bought tickets and shirts, and they don't even live in Memphis. They just want to be supportive. They saw the movement, you know, saw what I was trying to do. So I figured out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a great mind constantly at work.
Yeah, lucky me.
But I am once again Kevin Mumphrey with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
Good
and
afternoon.
Karsten Hyde Ferguson.
yeah.
This is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post, and that is a wrap.
Yes, it is.
Appreciate it.